everyone. Welcome to Back Corner, episode 9. My name is Will. That's my buddy JB.
Yeah.
And if it looks like I'm wearing the same thing for the last 4 days, it's because I am. But that's okay.
It might look like I'm wearing the same thing, but actually I got like 10 of these shirts.
Actually, I got about 10 of these too. So,
Yeah.
but technically I'm wearing them every day. But we're gonna go on to some new subjects. I was talking to JB here about uh, I've been kind of on spending a lot of. I have the extra free time I've had has been playing a little, picking up my PlayStation 5 a little bit more, and I recently PS4, yeah, sorry, PS4, and I've recently before the pandemic bought NBA 2K20. It was on sale. I saw it on sale. I swooped it up. I said, you know what? I'll try it out. It's basketball season. And I was actually shockingly surprised because I remember, I mean, if you guys know me and JB, you know that our thing is Madden, always has been Madden. JB plays a little bit more of FIFA than I do,
Yeah.
but definitely we both play Madden. And never really got too much into basketball video games. And the reason why it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth back in the day is because the players would always look like they're slipping across the floor. It never really looked like they were gripping the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of eliminated like the realistic aspect for me.
Well, that's
so
the
I
whole
bought
point of playing these games. Like that's why we got a PS4 and we got the PS2. And dude, it looks so real now. Like it looks just like TV. Then the PS3 come on, your mind is, oh my God, what happened? You know, and on it goes. It's just when you're playing a game like I played the basketball when it looked like they're ice skating. Like you're turboing it up the field, and their feet are going like this, but they're barely like treading along. Yeah. So I totally get you.
Yeah. So when I played it, I was like, oh my gosh, like it looks real. Like just even the way the players shoot, like as individuals, like you see, like,
there are different animations for different players. Just even the ball carrying and some of the moves, some of the guys are not as fast, so their dribbling is just a little bit slower than the rest, Yeah.
Right. And it's like you'd see like LeBron's like a power dunker, and like you'd see it, like you'd see the backboard come down and whatever.
Yeah, shaking.
And like Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis was really, he's like a finesse dunker, you know what I mean? He could get up, he's tall as shit.
Yeah.
And you don't see that. You just see that kind of like, oh my God, he's gonna dunk, and then it doesn't nothing happens really, So it's cool that they take that stuff into account, because I think when you become an adult and you start getting away from like Contra and like, Mario, I mean, those things are still cool to play if you have them, because it kind of brings you back to your childhood. But playing PlayStation or Xbox as an adult, you kind of start to have more of a appreciation for the gameplay, because those games are meant for adults to play. They're not really meant for kids to play.
Yeah.
So seeing that that time they take into individualizing players is definitely like a plus for me. Yeah.
The crowd noise, the announcers, it all, like if you take one of those things out, let's say the crowd noise didn't even sound real. Truthfully, the game is still fun, but it's not as fun. Especially like you turn up the volume, you put the headphones on or something, you get enveloped. Like if you really want to play, you get enveloped in it, And then with the announcers, it's pretty cool. Like when it's 5 seconds left, you hit that game-winning shot. There's sometimes like bang, like, dude, that's so cool.
They're going crazy.
Yeah.
And then like it was cool to see. Oh, okay, so there's two things I want to talk about. Piggybacking off that, there's like yesterday I noticed I won the finals, by the way, last night against the Sixers. Yesterday I noticed the announcers had a guest announcer on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that was cool. Madden doesn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I also noticed The second thing I noticed when I first bought the game that I thought was really cool is I don't know if I'm sure you've noticed in Madden when it pans out to the crowd,
Yeah.
it's like there's like 20 people in the crowd making the same gestures, or there's like three players
Yeah.
doing the same thing at the same exact time. Dude, in freaking 2K, it looks like a crowd, bro. Like
Yeah.
they're all look different. Like you'll see two people doing the same thing, but like completely apart from each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it looks so much more realistic than Madden. Even the players look more realistic than Madden. Um, it kind of so 2K is it's basically like EA has NBA Live, right? They have NBA Live and they have Madden.
Which is
Does
not as good.
2K
NBA Live
No,
is
it's
not
not.
that good.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I heard it sucks.
I bought it. I bought
But
last year's first,
yeah,
and then I was
yeah,
like, let me just try 2K. It was on sale. Whoa, what a fucking
yeah.
difference.
Well, the funny thing about NBA Live is, before I bought, when I saw the 2K was on sale, you know how they have like a date, like it's on sale for this much for this amount of time. Up until that day, I was like doing my research because I knew about NBA Live, I just never played it, and I was like,
Yeah.
do I want to invest in a game that next year I might not buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is with Madden. Like, you're not gonna buy any other football game.
Yeah.
You're always gonna buy Madden. So I didn't want to be like, okay, I'm gonna buy 2K, and then next year I'll try NBA Live, and then I realize I don't really like NBA Live. Come back to 2K. I'm just like wasting money back and forth. So I figured I'll do my research, and everybody says the gameplay aspect of 2K is, for one thing, is more realistic, and secondly, more challenging as
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
as someone that's playing it, for someone that's playing it. And I kind of wonder what 2K would accomplish if they made an NFL game.
They, I don't know if you remember, but they used to be in the
I
football.
didn't even know about.
Well, this was way back. This was like back in the Sega Dreamcast, like PS1 days. They used to be in the
Mm,
2K, and there's a lot of people, like if you go on forums, even if you go to YouTube, there are people that still play. I think it's 2K5. They still play it, but they update the rosters. Like they manually go in and update the
really?
rosters to the rosters now. They say the gameplay is it's just that much more realistic. The graphics might not be that clean, but the gameplay is really good. Like it's intricate. You know,
Is
there's
the
no
gameplay updated?
no. You're still playing
So what
2K5,
make
but with the guy goes in and changes each and every player faces and all that stuff, saves it, and then sends it out to people. What you could do is download it and put it in as a patch.
right?
So you'll have Tom Brady with the Buccaneers, and you'll have this guy with that,
Yeah, it's just
and
the
all that.
graphics suck.
The
So they
graphics
like
suck
the gameplay that much?
that much. I think it's 2K5 or 2K7, one of those two, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I've seen the gameplay. It's not cool. Like you can't go from what we're playing now to go play that and be
That
satisfied.
long ago.
You can't.
Yeah.
People are still doing it now. Like that's their game of choice. Like the really those really hardcore gamers. Like they
Like
dissect
they're like
everything about the game.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're like hard critics.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, nothing beats the technology that's coming out today. Would 2K come back? I just think EA is just too large, bro. You cannot go against them. Like I'm sorry, EA stopped doing NBA games for like 5 years
I heard about that.
or
Yeah.
4 years or something, and then
Yeah.
they just came back for like the past 2 or 3 years. You know,
Some
they're
people like it though. Some people like NBA Live.
some people do. Some people don't even like 2K. It's just
Yeah.
taster's choice. So
Yeah.
they're hedging their bets on that.
Yeah.
But they're not putting the same amount of money and effort as 2K is on their game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see the difference. You
Yeah.
play it, it's just, yeah, it's more
Yeah.
arcadey rather than simulation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm completely satisfied with it, man. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much because, I've played basketball games in the past. It's just like boring, boring. But it gets hard sometimes, man. That whole momentum aspect, dude.
Yes.
If they start scoring
Oh yeah.
and
You
you
better
keep
take
missing,
you better take a timeout.
well, it's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. And then they have like the legendary teams you could pick, man. And it was cool. Like I picked like Lakers legends. And when they started subbing in, I don't know these guys from like the 60s and the 50s, right? But there was guys that were in there that were wearing Chuck Taylors, man. They had
Oh,
it down to like, this is what they wore.
yeah.
Like these are the shoes they wore at the time, and it was cool to see that, Jerry
Short shorts.
West short shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Even when you pick like a throwback uniform, like the shorts are a little bit shorter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
They
it's
do it. I
cool.
mean, they really do think of everything
Yeah.
when they make these games. They really it does get intricate.
Yeah.
Some
They had every uniform except for one, dude. Like they have the MLPS, like the
yeah
Minneapolis.
yeah
They had the Los Angeles in cursive, like when they first came here. All the ones from the 80s, like they had fucking 70s, like where it was a gold jersey, but it wasn't a purple number, it was a white number.
yes
The numbers were white.
yeah
And they had all that except for, I'm talking about Kobe and Pau Gasol, yellow jerseys, the flat number with the purple stripe going down the side. You remember that?
sure
Yeah, bro. They don't have
okay.
it. They don't have it. I looked through it multiple times. I'm like, damn, I can't believe they don't have that. That was like, dude, that team
It
was
it's I remember playing last year's, and it's right after I think there was like 91 to 97.
see
and then
91,
and then after that one is the one that you're talking about, the 2000 to
bro. No,
2010.
even it went beyond 97 because Shaq, Kobe came in 96. Shaq and Kobe were still wearing that 80s
Yeah,
style
they were. Yes.
jersey.
Yes.
So when
Basically, what changed
I
is
think
that the band was a little bit thinner right here.
it was,
The
yeah, but
Kobe one
it
that you're
got
talking about is
thicker.
wider.
It's wider and it comes down to like that kind of arrow. And
Yes.
then there's a big purple stripe going
Right.
down the side. Yeah.
And it
And then
matches their shorts.
the shorts are the same thing. And um the numbers, they're not like that 3D looking. They're just flat.
Yeah.
They're white and they have a purple thing going around. They don't
Yeah.
have those.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was actually shocked to see that. They even have the new like city version with all the stars going down the side
I've
and
seen
it's all
that.
in white. Those are sick, man.
I've seen that. There's a
Yeah,
possibility you might have to unlock it.
unlock it. Maybe
Maybe. I
it's
would
possible.
like, if you don't want to search for it, then just Google it and see, what the deal is.
Yeah.
Maybe there's other people complaining about it too.
It might be like those like those tokens you have to buy. They don't make college football games anymore, do they?
No, they stopped that quite a while ago because they just weren't. They kind of saw it. I remember reading an article about it when they stopped, when they announced that this was the last year. I think it was 2006,
That was like
2007.
a financial thing because the players weren't getting paid or what?
No, basically what the issue was, because the thing is the players have no say. It's the Notre Dames and USC's and all that. They're wanting a lot of money because they're using their likeness. Okay, they were actually increasing every year. Every year they wanted a little bit more, because they saw that the game was getting popular. But the problem is, people were buying that NCAA game, but they weren't buying Madden as much. Like, it kind of it like it leveled off Madden's product or sales whatever capacity.
Hmm.
So what their thought was, they were going to only do it for like 2 years. We're going to stop for about 2 years, and then have something in Madden where you can um, like download, like import the draft class and something like that. Like just use, the likenesses rather than the schools, just the player likeness, the ones that they knew that were going to the draft. And it just never worked out. I remember they tried, but the network wasn't working right. It was still too early. So those 2 years went by, and they saw that Madden was just like they made a lot more sales than they did before. So they just decided on, you know what, we can kind of hedge our bets a little bit. We'll just stick with the Madden. Plus, at the same time now, they do surveys. They do little things where they ask a certain amount of people, certain age range. Would you like NCAA to come back? Most people can't even remember, playing an NCAA game.
Right.
I liked it. I want it back just to have that extra game. So let's just say you finish out that school year, in the game, you can import that draft class to Madden. Me as a game, like, I love that. Like, I'll do that. But there's some people, it might not work. But I just remember in NCAA, the little things that were different, which they could add in Madden, but I think Madden gamers, they think it's kind of hokey, is let's just say you're playing, I used to like playing with Notre Dame, and you always have to play against USC once a year. So at the end of the schedule, like the second to last game or something, you're playing at SC, let's say. It's third down. You're called to play in the huddle. You get to the line of scrimmage. You're trying to tell your receiver, forget your little in route, go up. Like, how you do it in Madden, audible, tell him to just streak. He can't hear you because the crowd is going nuts. And the play, like the animation would be like this, like, I can't hear you. So that whatever you were trying to do, he's still going to run the in route.
I wonder if that has something to do with the culture of the types of fans that go to college games versus NFL games. So
well, it does, and you could even, like, I remember during those moments where you're trying to do that audible and tell your line to do things. Plus, you're wasting time. Like that play clock is still ticking, so you're trying to, and as he's trying to yell, you're wasting like 5-6 seconds. You're trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And the camera shakes, bro. Like
that's
cool. The louder it gets, the screen just starts wobbling a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're just, all right, let's just go. I love it.
Because, I mean, it would be cool to see that in Madden if it was like you're in Seattle or like, where else is it loud? New Orleans, like Kansas City, where it's like you do have those problems. You know what I mean? But I understand it being something that would be in NCAA because, like, the crowd is always, like, in real life is like pretty crazy when you go to college football games.
I think what they were trying to do is differentiate the two because, in college, I'm not going to say it gets louder. Okay. It's probably just as loud. If it is louder, it's just like a hair. But the thing is, it's college. In Madden, you're pros. So all you got to do is do like a hand signal and they know what to do. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So that's good. That's a good point.
I don't know. It would be nice to have it back, but I don't think they're going to ever do it. I think they'll bring back boxing before they do a college game.
Oh, yeah. No more boxing.
Oh. You remember the last time it was in PS3. That was the last time they had boxing.
De La Hoya. Yeah, De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins.
Knockout Kings.
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins. That was awesome, man.
Or Fight Night. Fight Night. That's what it's called. Yeah.
What's the newest UFC game that's out right now?
I've seen the one with Conor McGregor on the front with the belts.
Yeah, that's the last one.
UFC 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. But it hasn't changed that much. Like the gameplay is just about the same. You might have a couple.
The graphics don't look any better.
It's the same thing, dude. It's the same thing. The graphics were good. There was nothing wrong with it.
Well, see, I haven't. The last one I played was the first one.
The first one.
I didn't play this. Yeah.
I borrowed it from you. I still have it. It's right here in my.
Oh, really? On the PS3 or what? Is it PS3?
PS4.
Is it PS4?
PS4.
Oh, that was probably before I sold the first PS4. Remember I
Yes,
had a,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
How long
It's
was I without a PS4? Like a year? A year, 2 years almost. This shit's
I'd
been around
say
forever.
been a
It's like
while. Yeah,
7 years, right? It's been around.
2009 it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember you got it first. I waited and waited and waited, and then I ended up getting it. I remember I started at
Which is
the
uh,
body shop, and I ended up buying it after.
which is probably going to be the same thing that happens with PS5. I'm gonna probably get it first, and you're gonna wait and do your
Yeah,
research because
yeah,
I'm the impulsive. Because that same thing happened with PS3. Remember when the PS3 came out? I bought it right away.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Well, okay,
yeah,
look at.
man.
Speaking of the PS5, I I remember for the viewers that are watching, I hit up Will and I let him know like let's do a podcast about the Xbox versus PS5. It's the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. They're going to come out around the same time. They're always competing against each other. PS4 versus Xbox One. Truthfully, I think the PS4 did a great job. It's still good to this day. I use it for everything. Literally, right now, I have YouTube in the background on my TV. Um,
Right.
and switching to games was smooth and seamless. Now, I don't have much experience with Xbox, but from what I've seen, PS5 or PS4 or PlayStation in general always had a, a sharper edge to the gaming. Everything seemed just a little bit more realistic, not as cartoony. And from what I was reading, I looked up a lot of specs on this, you know, little matchup they're having here with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Now, I'm not going to go too deep because it's way too difficult to you know explain what a teraflop is and the command units for every gigahertz out there and all that. But now, if you're looking at it in a stance of which one has the better hardware, what's it built from, like what's inside, Xbox has an edge. It's a very minimal edge, but it has an edge. They're using the same processor though. It's an AMD Rayon. I'm not sure why they're using AMDs. AMD, in my opinion, and I've talked to many people, AMDs are not as robust. They don't put out the same amount of computing power as an Intel would. There's a possibility that they're just trying to keep the costs low so they can make some money on these game consoles. Because from what I was hearing, and believe it or not, I didn't believe it when I first heard it, but PS4 and Xbox One, bro, they didn't make money on those consoles. They made money on
They
you
didn't
buying the
make money.
games. No, they made money on you buying the games.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's
if
like them.
anything, they made $2 off each console. But
Wow.
times how many consoles that they sell and how many games that they
Yeah.
sell and all their
The games
licensing.
are like, dude, and imagine how much more money they make just by downloading games. There's
Oh
not
yeah,
even any like product to put out.
yes. You sign up for their membership and all that. That's just money. And
Yeah.
in order to get to their membership, you have to have a PS4. So it's like,
Right.
you know, it's a give and take. But in this time around, they want to make money on the consoles. So the like the stuff that they put in the PS4 and the Xbox One was like way ahead of its like great stuff, good RAM, hardware, hard drive space, processors, like really expensive, intricate materials. This time around, they're just kind of scaling it back a notch, so it's cost effective, and they're using an AMD. I don't know. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. I just lean on the bad side of it. But
Why are people saying it's good and why are people saying
okay,
it's bad? Like what?
AMD, from if you give it a heavy load to process, it struggles. Something about their
Yeah.
algorithm and how the information is throughput, through it or input it through it, it
Mhm.
doesn't process it fast enough. It's a little behind, you know.
Okay.
Now the reason why is because Intel has its own little, you could say, brain inside that chip where it doesn't allow too much info. It only allows a certain amount so it can process it properly. AMD just lets it flow, and you'll get the choppy, you know, screen, like any kind of huge explosions and you're running through, it kind of slows down. It's kind of almost like a slow-mo. And once that fire goes out, you're running through at a regular pace, you know. From, you know, the AMD, it is a powerful chip. It's actually very powerful for what it's going to do, where it's just playing games. You're not really, you know, it's not, the memory that's going to be used is not that much.
It's not going to affect it, really.
It's not really going to affect it. Now, the thing is, from what I was reading, on the Xbox side, the Xbox Series 1, they have a little bit more powerful, what's the best way to explain it to you? Their GPU. It's basically the engine that pushes that CPU, that processing unit, that processor, to, you know, put that information through. On the Xbox side, it's a lot faster. But the thing is, it's at a steady, basically what it, the best way to, well, here, with the PS5, it's a variable, what does it say right here? A variable frequency going through that chipset. So if for some reason you're playing a game and it's really just, you know, moderate, you're just walking through a little forest, nothing's really happening, it's going to run perfect, and it's not going to overclock the processor. It's not going to put pedal to the metal on that processor. But if and when that sequence of events, and it'll know ahead of time when to turn it up, it won't lag on your screen. PS5 has a variable frequency. Xbox doesn't. So you might be overclocking that processor for such a long amount of time. Let's say you're playing for an hour, hour and a half. In that second hour, maybe third hour, if it gets just a little bit too hot, you'll start seeing some, you know, whatever, residual effects.
That's on Xbox?
Xbox, yes.
Okay.
PS5, their processor or their GPU is not going to be as fast. It's not going to be, you know, shoving. It's not going to be pedal to the metal at all times. It's going to have a variable frequency where it's going to be like allowing the input of that information to go as needed. You know, like
so for people who understand more modern cars, it's like basically having like an eco drive type car.
Yes.
Where the car knows when to push 4 cylinders, and the car knows when to push 6 cylinders and things like that, right?
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of the really techie people, I might be screwing this up by the way I'm, you know, explaining it, but a lot of the techie people, they like the PS5's variable frequency a lot better than the Xbox, and it makes sense.
It's a smarter processor.
It is. It's smarter software that pushes it through the hardware. That's the thing. You would think a company like Microsoft, where they're all about software, it's not so much hardware, that they would be able to do so. But I think what they were trying to do is just beat PS5 in the numbers game. They weren't really thinking about the other side.
What matters, yeah. Well, I'm sold on the PS5. Where do I sign up?
Well, hold on, man. I'm not done. See, like even here, look at like memory bandwidth. The best way to explain this is, you know, you have RAM inside the computer, inside your PS4, PS5, whatever it may be. Right. Now that RAM is not memory where it gets stored and it saves when you turn off the, you know, turn your PS5 off and turn it back on. All that stuff gets wiped. That's just random memory. Like it just sits there for a temporary purpose, you know? Now, the RAM on the Xbox, you're going to be running 10 gigabytes at 560 gigabytes a second, okay? Now, that's pretty damn good. That's like super fast. But the thing is that variable motion, that variable rate of taking that RAM, putting it through the processor, showing it on the screen, and coming back and going back and forth. The variable rate is going to be just that much better on the like that aspect is going to make the PS5 just that much better. Now the other, you could say, price points on this is okay. Both of them are going to have 4K UHD Blu-ray drives, ultra high definition drives.
Mm-hmm.
The video cards on them are relatively the same. Now, in my experience, I know PS3, when it came out, it had the best Blu-ray player money could buy. That was literally on every website. Nobody ever questioned that. PS4, I say the same thing. I've seen a lot of Blu-ray players. They play great. It's clean. But PS4 have, for some reason, it's just it's like a better dedicated drive. Like it's just that much cleaner. You get like an old movie like Star Wars on Blu-ray. My God, man, everything is just so much cleaner. It processes it at that, what is that, 24 hertz. So when it duplicates to the 60 hertz that we're used to, it's so much smoother. You're not going to get that choppiness. Everything's going to be that much cleaner.
Is that a PlayStation thing or is that a Sony thing?
There's a possibility it's a Sony thing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly why they did that, but it just turned out to be so, you know.
Okay.
Now, one of the other things that people I read in the forums where people were asking about expandable memory, because you're going to have about 860 gigabytes of hard drive space where you could save games, save photos and whatnot on the PS5. You're going to have a 1 terabyte drive on the Xbox. So the Xbox is going to be just that much better as far as the hardware is concerned, you know?
And how many games is that equivalent to for the 560?
Okay, God of War is about 100 gigs when you download.
No way.
Yes. It's a lot of, there's a lot of intricate, levels and things like that, and it's so crystal clear and clean, and especially for the PS5, bro, you don't understand, the software is just going to get that much more, heavy as far as size is concerned.
There's not going to be a way to connect an external hard drive or anything to.
You said it perfectly. Now, on the PS5, there's going to be a external hard drive that you could buy that's dedicated for only the PS5. It'll run a lot faster. It'll run a lot smoother, and the PS5 has a better,
connection,
read write speed. Way better. It's actually like triple the amount of the Xbox Series One. Now the Xbox Series One, you could put any USB.
It's Microsoft, yeah.
Yes, but the thing is, it's not going to be as fast.
Yeah.
You're going to take a lot longer to, when you download it onto the Xbox, it's going to have to transfer it onto that hard drive. It's going to take that much longer.
See, but the thing is, when I bought my PS5, there was an option to buy a 500 something gig or a 1 terabyte. They're not going to have that option this time around?
No. Have you seen any of the renderings or any of the pictures of what the Xbox Series One looks like?
No.
It's not flat anymore. It's not a rectangular, flat little phone book looking thing. It's actually almost like a cylinder, about yay tall.
No way.
The fan is at the top, blowing down the cool air into the whatever hard drive in the processor.
This is the Xbox.
Yes, and the PS5 is going to be almost the same. They're going into a different direction. It's not going to be that flat, old school style like we're used to. So, in a sense, you're not going to be able to get in there like you would on one of these and, take out the hard drive and put a new one in, or get an adjustable, I don't know how to explain it, like be able to get one or the other. There's going to be so much limited space in there that they're not going to have, what do they call it? You're not going to have different variations. You know, you're not going to have different
So
choices.
could that be the reason that Xbox is kind of taking a hit on other parts of their software inside because of the fact
No,
that they okay.
I don't
So
think so.
what that's what I don't get is like what would stop Sony from making that if Xbox could do it? Like if Xbox could make it 1 terabyte, what would stop Sony? And
Uh,
this isn't all in concrete either, right? I mean, a
it's
lot
still
is
there.
a
Like
lot.
PS5, there still has not been an official rendering and or product that they've shown off and
Right,
said, "Here's the new
right,
PS5." No, they're
yeah.
just explaining
So
to.
yeah, no one really knows if that's gonna be the amount of memory or whatever that
No,
a
no,
PS5 has yet.
it's in stone, brother. It's in stone.
It
That's
is
in
in
stone.
stone. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Now the
Okay.
thing is, you got to understand, like the companies that's making that hard drive for Xbox is not necessarily going to be selling to PS5. So PS5 or Sony is going to have to um, buy from an alternate, you know, company. Like I know Microsoft is using Seagate hard drives,
Hmm.
very popular
Hmm.
company. Now there's
Hmm.
Western Digital, which probably Sony's going to use. Maybe their price point is a little bit higher than Seagate's is. Maybe for whatever reason that may be. But the thing
Hmm.
is, Sony's just really trying to separate themselves by all means from
Right.
Xbox. And in their case, you got to understand like Sony is trying to yes, you can download games now. Buying games, they're going to try to make that thing a thing of a past, like no more discs. So you're going to
Right.
only have to download. But at the same time, Sony's also pushing a different agenda where you sign up for this monthly service. It's called PlayStation Now. I'm going to sign up right now. I'm going to get on my laptop, log in, PlayStation Now, pay the whatever, $20 a month. I can play any game on PlayStation on Sony's platform on this laptop right now. Any of them.
On on the laptop or on the
Yes,
PlayStation?
on the PlayStation or on the laptop, wherever. Now, Microsoft doesn't have that. You can download their game onto their, Xbox
Hmm.
and play it, but
Hmm.
it's whatever they. I'm not sure how to explain it. Like wherever they, you you can't. Basically, the PlayStation Now. Maybe I didn't explain it better, but the PlayStation Now, you're not going to be downloading the game to play it.
No, it's
You're
gonna be
just
like
logging in.
Netflix.
Yes, Xbox doesn't have that. You have to download the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't have. You have
Yeah.
to
This
download the
is
game.
you pay a monthly fee and you get to play whatever game PlayStation makes at any time.
Correct.
But here's my question to you, knowing what kind of gamers we are,
Mm-hmm.
would you pay for that?
Only if it was super no lag. If there's no lag, I'm happy.
You'd pay the $20?
I'll pay the $20.
I don't know if I would, man.
Well,
With
I could play NBA with you if you wanted to, and then one day we're like, hey, let's race cars. Sure, let's race cars.
Yeah, no, I get. I don't know. I don't know if my interest in all the games that PlayStation comes out with is worth the $20 a month. Does that make sense?
I hear you. I hear you.
I've
You're not going to be playing it
there's
that
been
much. Is it going to be
bro.
worth
I bought
spend
that
$20 a month?
I've bought games that I never continued playing. Like I never finished them. I didn't finish God of War 3. It was cool. I got bored of it. The bottom line is when it comes down to PlayStation, I love sports games. And one game, you know what it is.
Last
The
of Us.
Last of Us. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That game is the shit. That game is genius how they made. I bought a game after that called it was another zombie game. I forgot what it was called. Bro, it sucks, dude. It sucks so bad. But they made it like when they were advertising it, they made it seem like, okay, this is like the next cool zombie game, you know?
Yeah.
But The Last of Us, man, it's just the story's cool, the graphics are good. They even have like a sequel now. Because like in the game, you're a guy trying to like. Have you seen Logan, the movie
Yes,
Logan,
yes.
where he's like taking that girl up north? It's basically the same type of story. You're taking a girl that is the cure for zombie infections. She has
Oh,
it in her
okay.
blood to a facility. You don't know that they're gonna kill her. And anyway, all spoiler alert. So if you don't want to, anybody that's watching that wants to play that game and doesn't want to know, I'm gonna spoil it right now. You as the player, you save her life, but you die in the end.
Uh,
Okay. And the sequel is you're her now.
oh,
You play as her.
yeah.
I haven't got that one yet. I
Oh,
haven't paid for that one. I'm waiting for PS5 to come out before I buy that game. Because I know it's gonna come out this. They're saying this year, right?
this holiday,
2020.
yeah, 2020,
Yeah.
holiday 2020.
December. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I
I'm sorry.
think
I didn't
I
mean to
think
cut
they
you off.
I think they said sometime around Thanksgiving you'll start seeing advertisements. Beginning of December, you'll be able to buy it.
Yeah. Because they know a
Uh,
bunch of kids.
oh yeah, well that's the best time,
A
Christmas.
bunch of wives are gonna buy them for their husband.
Yeah.
So,
Now, the one of the last things that was pretty cool about the differences between the Xbox Series One and the PS5. On the Xbox Series One, or let's start with the PS5. The PS5 is going to have a new controller. I didn't really see any pictures. They had some kind of, you'd say, renderings. It's just a little bit smoother. The buttons are about the same, but the thing is, you can adjust in the console, in the settings. When you click halfway down, you can turn it to like halfway means quarter, and full means half. Sometimes you don't want
that's
to.
pressure.
Yeah, pressure
That's
sensitive.
cool.
You can adjust it though, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's in the
but the,
console, not in each game.
in the console,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I think you can create profiles for every game. Like
Mm.
you can
And
have
just select.
sports, like EA, and it'll be this, and then you can go to
Yeah.
whatever
It's
Call of
like it's
Duty.
like seat it's like seat settings in cars and stuff. Like there's the
Exactly.
one, there's the two. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now on the Xbox, you're going to be able to use the old controller for the new one. The new
That's
controller is
appealing.
not much different at all. Not much.
Yeah.
If anything,
That's gonna
just
save you like.
a little bit slimmer, but it looks
Yeah.
almost the same, bro. It looks almost the
Yeah.
same.
That's
And
gonna save you 50 to $100.
oh yeah, definite. And I think that's a good selling point right there. I mean, if I didn't have to buy new controllers all the time, like because I have like 3 or 4 extras, some of them halfway broken, but they're sitting here just in case I need one. It'd be nice to
Yeah.
use it on a PS5 if I needed to, but I heard
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to. But one of the last things to kind of like uh, end this little thing with the Xbox and the PS5 is this is going to be the first time that PlayStation is going to be backward compatible with all the PS4 games.
That's
You're
good.
you're going to be able to play and it up converts it.
The
So
downloaded ones too.
yes, it's going to
Yeah.
up convert it for you too. So it'll bring it as close to 4K as possible because all these games
That's
are
a
going to be
good.
played in 4K.
Xbox does that already, right?
Um,
Isn't it
no,
backward compatible? It's not.
no. They do, but this new one, you're going to be able to play everything from Xbox One, like the old
Oh,
Xbox
wow.
original, all the way to the new stuff.
After people already got rid of their games.
Basically, yes. So if you want to play Tony Hawk on that original Xbox,
Oh,
because you know all the moves and stuff, and it's pretty
uh,
cool to play, you can play it.
I'll tell you this, judging between what you told me, with each of their, like where their strengths are with each of them, I'm gonna take my bias out of it, not being a PlayStation person. Um, I wouldn't know which way to go. I think the selling point with me, if Xbox could sell me on the graphics and gameplay over PlayStation, then I'll probably reach that way. But I think the whole thing with the processor that you're telling me, and through my experiences of having PlayStations and always seeing Xbox gameplay, I don't doubt that the gameplay and the graphics are going to be better on PlayStation. Like that's just I see that happening. You know,
Yeah,
it's like it's always happens, you know.
yeah.
A lot of people like the graphics more on Xbox. It's too vibrant. It's too cartoony. Like the proportions are off. Something's wrong, you know, and to me it feels like a lag when you're
Okay.
playing.
Yeah, I
You
get
know
you.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, PlayStation's always been perfect for me. So as if I go into I'm probably not gonna impulse buy this time, but you know, if I go and check it out and play it and see the graphics and I'll probably buy it within like three weeks, a month of it coming out, you know, if I'm satisfied enough, because
Yeah, and
there's not gonna be yeah. Unless they completely flop, that's the only thing that's gonna push me from getting an Xbox. But dude, when you're talking about 560 gigabytes and God of War is 100,
eight
that
eight hundred
seems like a
860.
860 even
Yeah.
better. So, which is only 200, what, 120 less than a terabyte? Is that like a thousand
Yes,
is
yes.
gigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really that much, bro. What is that? One game? It's one
Uh,
one really
one game.
large game.
Yes, yes.
Because God of War is super freaking large, man. Like there's just so much going on in that
That's
game,
what it is.
dude.
Yes.
It turns into a movie. So that's like the top. That's like where you're gonna max out when you talk about memory.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, man. Like
Now,
I just uh-huh.
another cool thing about it is, you know how like on the PS4, and I'm pretty sure on the Xbox One you could do the same thing. Is let's say you're watching YouTube, you're like, okay, I'm done. I want to go back and play Madden. You press that start button, you go to Madden, and then all of a sudden, boop, you're right in the middle of the game. The music's playing, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be so fast, bro. It's not even funny. They had renderings, like
Uh-huh.
we're
It's like
talking
swiping the screen.
1.2 seconds, just like that.
That's
And
great.
even when you turn off the game console, turn it back on, you're not gonna be waiting there forever for the thing to load up. As soon as that Madden comes up right there, boom, the game's
Right.
you're gonna be
It's
right
gonna
there
be
in the
like
main.
it's gonna be like an Apple product, man.
Yeah,
That's how Apple is, dude. With all their products, they're seamless. It's really fast. The only time you have an issue is when you need to update it, really, but that's not even that much.
I just hope Sony doesn't, because they lagged for so long on the upgradability as far as the updates. Like for the longest time, you couldn't get like your own little flash drive with your music on it and
Mhm.
put it in and play it. It wouldn't
I
let you.
remember that. Yeah.
But then they changed it.
I remember. Yeah, that was a big quarrel you had. I
Yes.
remember. Is
Well, videos,
yeah,
because I used to have like some old boxing fights and stuff on this USB drive
yeah.
that I lost now. But I used to like to put it in the PS3, and I downloaded at work, and then I'd come home and eat dinner, and I'm like, oh, let me watch this fight or this movie
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and just plug it in and press play, and boom, right there on my,
Because that
my
was Xbox Two was doing that already, right? When PS2
yeah.
was out.
Well,
Yeah,
Xbox
that's
has
what it
always been more free when
computer
using it for other reasons. PS
mhm,
was just, Sony is just really narrow-minded. They try to
games.
keep it in like just use it for games and use Sony to watch your movies. Don't get it elsewhere and play it on my Sony. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So I don't know.
right.
I just hope they do,
Yeah,
fix that. They don't make it as clunky as it used
yeah.
to be. If they keep it just as smooth as Xbox, you don't have to get that much better. Just keep it as smooth. Make sure the online portion of it is fast, because you got to understand, if these games are pushing out that much information, how the hell are you going to produce that playing against you or playing against this guy online and having it
Right.
seamless with no lag? I don't know how they're
Uh,
going to
j-
do.
Now, judging by everything you read, are you leaning toward more PlayStation or what's it deal?
For the only the only reason why I would stay with the PS5 is because, or with Sony, is because I know Sony. I have a Sony TV.
Brand?
I have Sony
Mm,
headphones. I have a PS4. I've had the PS3, the PS2, PS1. I never
right.
ventured into the Xbox.
Yeah.
Would I venture into this Xbox Series One? Only if they have good extras, like better extras on the side, things that you could do on that. Like I could watch cable on my Xbox Series One if I plug it in there, or
Yeah.
something along those lines. Like I could use it as a DVR, if I wanted to.
Yeah.
If so,
But right now it's kind of like it's balanced. Taking your bias out of it, it's pretty balanced.
it's pretty
Yeah, I
balanced.
don't. Yeah, there. One of them's gonna have to be a game changer from to push me one way, but just the like same as you because I've. It's all about brand loyalty at this point. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like it's just I've always. I feel like if I were to buy an Xbox on a whim, like, and I still like appreciate PlayStation, I'd be like kind of kicking myself over it.
It's
Like,
like
fuck, I should have bought a
it's
PlayStation.
like Al Pacino said. Once I thought I was out, they pulled me back
Yeah, basically.
in.
Basically. It's just like when I sold this PS4 and then ended up buying another one a couple of years later, man. I thought I
Yeah.
was done with playing, and I was like, man, you know what? I want to play Madden, dude. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm still leaning toward it too. We'll see what happens and after all this crap's over. But I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the games I got now,
I
dude.
mean,
I
bro,
I tell you,
if you really think about it, the PS4 is not a bad console, man. The clarity and the cleanliness is good, man. It's really
I got
good.
that new Spider-Man game when it came out.
Yeah.
Remember the Spider-Man game, dude? That thing's fucking badass, dude. It's so good.
I've seen what do they call it? YouTube videos of people playing it. Dude, it looks awesome. The way you're
Yeah,
jumping around in the city and
the
all that.
city and yeah, yeah. It's
It
New York, dude.
looks awesome.
But
It looks awesome.
those are those games, man. I beat it once, and for like I'll try to play it again, and I'm just over it.
Wow.
That's why with the sports games, bro, it's like
It
I
never
could keep
stops.
going.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I try to
yeah,
explain that to people. I'm like, you can only play Call of Duty so many times because you're just gonna end up hiding in the same spot, shooting the same
yeah,
person coming
yeah,
out that same door because you have your little secret. Now with
yeah.
Madden, you can't do that because there's some teams you play against. They're better at stopping the run, and
Certain
you're only,
strategies. Yeah.
you really
You
have
have
to
to
use.
change your strategy,
Yeah, man.
and you have the same team. And dude, in those shoot 'em up games, dude, I'm the guy that's going like
Yes, me
this,
too.
that's
Me
shooting
too.
them.
Me too. I can do about a half hour to 45 minutes before I literally go. I got to go
Uh,
outside. Like my eyes,
uh,
I
I
can't
think
handle
I think I could shoot a real gun better than I can in the video games, dude.
it. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Okay, well that was good.
Yeah.
Um, I have something else I wanted to talk about because I got into it today. I never thought I would ever even think about doing it, but I was talking to someone at work, and since with all this coronavirus stuff going on nowadays, with all this, you know, um, life altering things that are happening, the stock
Hmm.
market took a dive, and people are, oh, is this the time to buy? And blah blah blah. Everybody's talking about it at work, at least the smart people. And there's this one guy where he's a technician, mechanical technician. He does scans on the vehicles. Before we start working on it, he plugs in, puts his computer to it, and scans it, make sure to see if the system's running well. If there's any
Mm,
trouble codes, he'll print out a report.
right.
So when you're done with the car and you put it back together, you get that same report, and those trouble codes are on there. The customer can't blame you for that problem. It's
Right.
all
Right.
on paper.
It's all documented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they help out, like when we're putting the car back together and there's more codes, he's able to clear them out and
Hmm.
recalibrate stuff like that. But anyways, I was talking to him, and he told me about this app that I've never really heard of, but sounded really cool when he explained it. It's called Robinhood. You download this app
Okay.
on your phone, which I did. You sign in, you create a username and the blah blah blah. You put your real name in there. Um, they need your pertinent info, um, social security, the whole nine, and then you put your banking info. Like you have to make a deposit, and this
Okay.
app really helps you buy stocks, but on a very beginner level.
Mm,
Okay, and it helps you. It gives you good info, tells you the from the daily report on how it did, the weekly report, the monthly report, 3 months, 5 months, and a year, and even 5 years. And they give you tips like the bull market says you should do, this is what they're how the stock is going to do, and then the bears say, oh well, maybe you shouldn't dive into this stock because of this reason and that reason. So you kind of take all that into effect. You look at the numbers, and like today when I signed in and I got approved, you get a free stock. They give you 3 choices, and you have to pick one, and then it'll reveal what's that stock. And it was called Marathon Oil. Marathon Oil is a big oil company. They're mainly in other countries, but they're relatively new, you could say. Their stock was $3.98 at that time. And if you look at the monthly, it's like way down, but it's trickling up at this moment. And right now, as we speak, let's see what we got here. Right now, it is at $4, so 2 cents on every share. But the thing is, there are some stocks like Starbucks that are like $150 a share.
Right.
You can go crazy, but the maximum on this one you can do is $1,000. You can deposit.
Well, I mean, think like Starbucks. They're not gonna lose money. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I would have. I wish I would have invested in fucking Purell like a month ago or something. You know what I mean? But
well, this app just it's not catered to the big spender. It's catered to
the Joe Schmo just to get you
that doesn't mind making $100 rather than I'm gonna make 10,000 or 100,000. Something like that.
It's like, how much money are you really gonna lose?
Yeah, I deposited $100. I bought 11 shares. One share was free. I bought 10 more shares of that Marathon Oil. So times 2 cents.
Oh, you put it all into there?
Yeah, I still have like $60 on the side because I bought it at $3.98. So
I gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit on it.
And you could just pull out whenever you want.
Whenever you want, and they put it back into your account. Now there's companies like GE, which is really weird. They're $8 a share. Ford is like less than $5 a share. Ford, like the Ford Motor Company. How the hell? I don't
maybe
understand.
people.
Amazon is like $1,600 a share.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people aren't buying Fords as much, man.
Yeah, but not that low. It's we're talking.
Did you check how much Tesla was?
Yeah, Tesla's one of the more higher ones. If I'm not mistaken, I saw it around 500. Right here. Tesla is. Where are you? Tesla, 527, and it's going down. It's been going down for the past. It's up on the week, but down on the month. So in the month, it's been going down. On the week, it's been going up. So there's a trend there. But as of today, it's a little bit lower than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So little things like that, like it's pretty cool. I'm sitting there. You're taking a shit instead of looking at Instagram. Hey, let's see if I want to invest in something. You make $10. You want to cash out, put it back in your account. Or use that to buy stock.
My because I don't have a 401k. I have a 403b, which is basically a 401k for educators and stuff. And everything, all that money is coming from stocks. They kind of tell us, they're telling us where to invest, stuff like that. So I don't really understand it. I just kind of go by their recommendations, But I haven't touched it, bro, since I got hired. I've left it, So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Like what I'm doing here, this is mainly for. I'm trying to. It's not really like I'm looking at this as this is a new source of income. This is looking at like instead of playing a fucking video game on my phone, it's like almost like playing like
learn it.
like a poker game or something.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
gambling. You're gambling,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're not killing yourself. You're not spending
Yeah.
buku bucks on it.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah. You're learning the stock market
I mean?
too.
Yes.
Like it's a good way to learn,
It makes me
and
want
you're not
to
gonna do it.
research. You know, I see
Yeah.
I caught myself a bunch of times today, like reading what does this mean and what is yield and what is the dividend and blah blah blah. It's difficult. It's not as easy as just reading
No,
the definition
it's
and
hella
understanding.
complicated.
You have to
Yeah.
just you know keep just keep pushing through it, and you'll start
Yeah.
understanding like, aha, now this is starting to make sense
Yeah.
here. You know.
Well, I mean, these are definitely interesting times to learn how to play the stock market, man.
Yeah.
We'll see how everything transpires in the months to come, but
But it's
um,
pretty cool.
you might.
Robinhood app. I even talked to my cousin Jack about it, and he's like, he's been looking into it for a long time. He was like, he asked me, he's like, let me know what you think. And when I bought the shares and I showed it to him and I texted him back and forth, and I was telling him it's actually really simple. So don't think too much of it. But if you're gonna try to make it a source of income, this is not it.
No.
Go do your
Yeah.
Ameritrade. And the best part about this is there's no fees.
Uh,
Ameritrade, you get charged every time you buy
yeah.
something or sell
Yeah.
something. There's a commission or
Yeah.
something like that. This
Mhm.
is, I think it's because it's such on a smaller scale. You can't go
Yeah.
crazy and buy 10,000 shares,
Right.
for 100 grand.
Unless you start 1,000 accounts or something.
Yeah. Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it was pretty cool.
Well,
Just if you ever wanted to look into it, why not? It's actually pretty fun.
I'll
Just to
research
learn
it.
about it.
I'll check
You
it
know.
out. Yeah. Yeah. So, what are your plans this weekend?
Um, Tomorrow I'm gonna do about a half day. I wasn't gonna go into work, but I gotta. The month's end is coming up next week. Tuesday's the last day of the month. That's big time for the body shop. So we have to kind of get all the cars we can out. So that month end, when they calculate it on the first, all the bosses, when they're looking at their paperwork, they see like, oh, the shop did good, the shop did good. If we go under a certain amount, we'll be put under the microscope, and it's not fun when that happens. So
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
I, instead of me just bailing and not caring, I'm gonna go in for half a day. I already kind of squared everything up today already. Like by the end of the day, I kind of cleaned everything out. I just got to do one thing tomorrow, and then by probably 10:30, 11, I'll be cruising. By noon, I'm just gonna take off. So um, other than that, I'm gonna go see my girlfriend who's super pissed at me. But uh,
You guys are just gonna go like what, walking around like the beach or something like that, or what's the deal?
I don't know. The thing is, and this would be a good thing if someone wants to chime in on it. Due to the coronavirus issue and her living situation is she lives with her parents, okay? She's scared that, let's just say, I don't know I have it, but I have it, and I give it to her, and then
Right.
she goes home and gives it to
Right.
her parents. She doesn't
Right.
care if she gets it, but she cares if her parents get it,
Of course.
And
Yeah.
I get that. I totally do. But at the same time, we're going to go meet up and we're going to be 6 feet away from each other. It's like one of those things like you're in the jail and
Is
you
that
up
what
against the
the is
glass.
that what the is that what the kind of mutual deal is, that you're planning on staying 6 feet away?
That's
Because
not,
like,
it's
so
her
are you
idea.
asking? Are you?
I don't care.
Oh, she wants to stay 6 feet away.
She's just worried. She's not saying,
Yeah.
oh, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
She's just saying like limited, like, and I'm like,
Yeah. I
how am I
mean,
going to go out and see you and then you're going to
uh,
tell me no, like 50, like 50%. I'd rather just
that's
do a video chat. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
That's the
how about we
thing.
just stay safe?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's how I've been hanging out with everybody, is through Skype or FaceTime.
I
You
know
know,
it sucks and it's like maybe I'm being
it
selfish
does
in a
suck,
way
dude.
because she just wants to see me like I'm there in front of her.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing, bro. If you guys are going into it with different expectations, it might not. I'm not saying it's not going to end well, but are you okay with talking about this on the podcast?
yeah, that's cool. I want her to hear it
Um,
too at the same time.
I'm not going to say it's not going to end well, but there has to be some type of understanding from both of you. Like, this is why, like, when you go see her, you want to be next to her, but if she's not comfortable,
I
I
don't
don't
want
know.
ever that thing like, no, too close. Like, oh, if that I'm walking. I'll go to my
Yeah,
car. I'll
I
be
mean
like, just
that's.
call me when you're
But
talking
you're
to me.
telling me
Like,
that she's scared.
yeah,
How was she when she went to her friend's like birthday party and all that stuff? Like, remember how they all
cool,
went out,
good.
but she wasn't. She didn't feel like kind of freaked out, bro. When I went to Sprouts today, I felt like I was trying to get out of an infestation, bro. It felt that uncomfortable to me.
I know, I know.
Um,
I
everybody
went to
had
Ralph's
masks on.
today, and I was just trying to stay away from everybody to
Yeah, dude. So I
just
mean, you got to take that into. I know it's just two of you, and you guys are seeing each other, but it's on an uptick, and everybody's kind of super uncomfortable right now, and it's understandable, and everybody's thinking the same thing, but they're not talking about it. I think you gotta take that into consideration, because if she's on a uncomfortable level and you're more comfortable, you know, the expectations are gonna be different. You know what I mean? And
I get it. I just like earlier today, we had the plan to go meet up.
right,
And when I got off of work, um, I called her and I said, "Look, your idea," because she told me the day before, we'll meet at this place, kind of like halfway, because she lives far. So we're gonna meet
mhm,
halfway. We're gonna get something to eat. We'll eat it in the car, chill, but then we'll go walk around together.
right,
When I left work, that wind was blowing 45 miles per hour at a minimum, and it was
right.
biting cold. Like I was freezing, and I don't bitch about it when it's cold. It was
Mhm.
cold. So I was thinking to myself, why am I going to go do that? Now I'm for sure I'm going to get sick. Like
And it's
you're
yeah,
asking for it.
yeah,
So
and it's
in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, no big deal. We'll just go meet up tomorrow. I'm gonna get off work
yeah,
early. I'll meet her in the afternoon. It'll be nice in the sunny and all that kind of good stuff. Eh, there's no losing in this. I called
yeah.
her to tell her. She took it as I don't want to see her, and she got her hopes up to see me today. So when I told her no, she's just like,
But
"Rrr,
she's
rrr," like
she's getting
this.
her hopes up to see you, but like not be be 6 feet away. That's what
Okay,
I'm trying to figure out. Is that the
see me in a very reduced capacity. Like what we usually
bro?
do is we eat and we get close, we get
Hmm.
physical, you know.
Hmm.
How physical? I'm not going to get into that, but we get physical, you know. But that's just every relationship. You want to make out with your girlfriend. You want
Hmm.
to hold each other, or whatever you want to call it, you know, grope.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm not
think I
I'm
think
not
I'm
shy about those
yeah.
things. I like doing that stuff, but
I'm gonna
she
edit out that cough.
she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to do that now because she's scared of
Yeah.
the side effect of that possibly being sick. I get it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're going way out of our ways to go see each other, but at a limited basis. Like, is it really necessary? We talk to each other every day. We could just video chat like I'm doing with you right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm just gonna be flat out honest. For me, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't even meet, because even if, let's say, I was as comfortable as you are, which I wouldn't be, because I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not having
Yeah.
anybody around me. If I go to my parents, I'm like 10 feet away. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a comfortable situation where I'm okay being, fuck, I forgot what point I was trying to make. I'm okay being close to her. It's just gonna be like, and I know she's not comfortable. I wouldn't even go. Like,
That's the
that's just,
thing. Like, she will be overly ecstatic that
yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, face to
Mm,
face in 2 weeks.
yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not going to be ecstatic if I can't do what we usually
Yeah.
do.
I mean, you're gonna,
Maybe I'm being selfish,
dude, if you're not,
maybe,
yeah.
but at the same time, don't don't tell me I have to limit myself in something
Yeah.
that we used to do all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
let's just
like
wait then.
having,
You know?
yeah, it's like being the being in the bunny race with the carrot that's
dangling in front of
going
you.
around the
Yes.
track and you're just
Yes.
chasing it.
Yes.
Like that's the feeling. That it's like you're wanting to do something, you just can't because something's preventing you from doing it. And another thing is, man, it's not just gonna be getting physical. Like this thing is like it seems like super contagious and airborne. It's like even just being next to her
Yeah.
might be uncomfortable.
And the
You know
thing
what I
is,
mean?
like,
So
she's not around a lot of people all day. She's working from home like you are.
that's it, man. Like
I'm
me,
working with
yeah.
people. Like, I'm face to face with people.
Yeah.
Customers come in, they still want to shake hands.
Uh,
And I have to do the elbow, like, just, hey, what's
yeah.
up, dude? You know?
See, that's the thing, man, is like I'm lucky I have the opportunity to work from home for right now. But dude, I don't want to even me not being not close to my parents when I go there. I don't know what the hell this thing like, dude, my dad had allergies today, and he's like and I'm like, dude, I told my mom, I'm like, call tomorrow. Like call the doctor, be proactive. I'm not saying like take him in, but just ask him. Be like, you
Ask.
know
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
He's got a little sniffle and he's having
I
trouble
don't
with
want
the
to. I don't
nose.
want to. Yeah, I don't want to see them get sick, dude. Like I will lose it if they get sick,
Yeah.
because you see what this is doing to the older people. You know what I mean? And even she was telling me some like 17-year-old died today.
Yeah, I heard
You
about
know,
that. I heard about that.
so
Well,
to me,
I,
they don't know enough about it, dude. And
I,
I'm like, you know what? I'm staying here.
there are some things, some people are saying like it depends, your blood type makes a big difference too. I don't know what blood types, but I don't even know what my blood type
Just
is, should be told.
I
So
don't know. I don't know mine either. And then like your immune system in general, like you might not have like a medical issue, but like a medical condition, but you might have a weak immune system that you don't even know,
yes,
and it could it could get compromised.
yes,
It won't know how to bat it. It won't know how to stand up for you.
yeah.
So there's a lot of things, man. But if I was in your situation, for me, just me, I'm just saying me, I would just FaceTime. Like I would definitely keep that connection.
The
Because
connection's not gonna leave. Like
yeah,
even after the argument we had earlier today, where she was like beyond pissed at me, like she made it in a sense where like, oh, okay, so you just don't want to see me, you don't want to talk to me. Like I could
not even
tell it.
about that.
She wasn't even. That's not even the truth coming out of her mouth. It's just the emotion was coming out of her mouth.
Yeah,
I get it. I called her after and we didn't even say that much on the phone. It was just going back and forth, like trying to get her to talk a little bit to like get over it kind of thing. Like it
yeah,
wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I
I
would see
think
you
I
tomorrow if
yeah,
anything.
I think that the whole thing is you got to let her know it's like you're feeling really tempted, and her being uncomfortable is going to make you uncomfortable, and you don't want to do that. Like you don't
She
want.
she just really doesn't understand what the distancing when I'm face to face with her is gonna do to me.
Yeah,
It's not gonna like hurt my, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. No, no, no,
yeah,
no. It's gonna get me angry
yeah,
because it's like you bought me a toy, but I can't play with it. I could just look at it.
yeah.
Give me a freaking break. I will freaking hurt you. Like, you know,
Not her,
give me the
but just
damn toy. No, no, no.
yeah,
Give me the damn toy.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
I don't want to go there, drive there, and she's all happy, and then I'm making it a miserable event because
yeah.
you know we're trying
It's
to
under it's
you know
understandable.
she's not understanding because her
Yeah.
emotions are getting in the way. But you know, tomorrow's a new day. We'll move on.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Like me and a few coworkers, we've been like we've had a couple times where we scheduled like happy hour,
Yeah,
and we'll have like three or four of us on the screen, and we'll each have a drink, and because when we go
that's
to the
cool.
office meetings, we have happy hour,
That's cool.
but it's not the same,
No,
you know. But you have to keep like how we're doing right now, keep contact with people, or else you're gonna go insane, dude.
yes,
You know.
yeah,
Like I went outside today, dude, and when the sun was like, like,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's even just staying inside for like 3 days straight, bro. Like I'm not even going out and like taking the garbage out
Yeah.
unless I absolutely have to take the garbage out. But I'll be inside for like 3 days, windows will be open, but I have these like white blinders where they're letting the sunlight in, but you can't see through them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And other than that, dude,
Why don't you buy like a mask or something so at least you feel comfortable to go out? I'm just
where am I
asking.
gonna
I'm just
go,
wondering.
bro?
To the park or something. I don't know. Walk or I don't know. Like
No,
do your daily routine.
I'm comfortable being outside.
Oh, okay.
Like that's not. It's in like in an establishment, like going to Sprouts today, bro. I wanted to be in and out of there. It took me forever to get out of there, dude. The it's just everything's a lot slower, and finding things is a little bit more difficult. You know, you cannot go to Sprouts with a grocery list.
Oh, okay. All right.
You just kind of have to be like, this is the idea of what I need. I got home today and I was like, fuck, I forgot the mustard, dude. Because that was the thing that like drove me to go there. And I was like, fuck, I forgot to get mustard, bro.
That
So
happens
yeah,
a lot,
dude.
man. That
Yeah.
happens a lot.
So it's just like, but to me, that's not a necessity right now. I'm not gonna go back to Sprouts for mustard. It's
Is
just
it a
not.
special kind of mustard?
No, it's just mustard.
Yellow mustard.
Heinz.
You go to like 7-Eleven, they'll have it, man. Come on.
I know it's like expired 3 years ago. Oh, but you know what I mean, dude. It's
Yeah.
like it's just like it's very uncomfortable, and um I don't feel like I'm being paranoid. I'm just trying to keep those around me safe. Like not
Yeah.
those it's just everybody's thinking the same thing when they're in that place, bro. And people are getting close to me. I'm like, motherfucker, you could have walked the aisle next and then turned, but you had to come down this fucking aisle and not even look for anything in this fucking aisle. Like seriously, bro, I'll wait for people to come out of the fucking aisle before they're all looking at chicken. I'm like, you motherfuckers need to move, dude. Like, just grab your shit and go. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
Yeah.
like,
I just I okay, every day at lunch, I go down the street from the body shop. There's a market. It's called John's. And
yeah,
inside there, as soon as you walk in to the left, like you see the market and the registers and all that, to the left, there's a little corner where they do like barbecue grilled foods. Like, dude, if there was no coronavirus, bro, I'd be there every day eating
yeah,
tri-tip,
yeah,
sausage, mashed potato, bomb,
yeah,
smoked meats.
yeah, yeah.
And I go there and I just get a little potato salad now, or a little mashed
Why are
salad.
what's holding you back from getting the meat? Is it you're just sketchy about it?
You can't sit inside and eat it. I'm not gonna eat that big old
Uh,
plate in my car. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
They used
Yeah.
to have a little seating area, and I just put my headphones on, listen to a Dan Patrick show or something, and eat my food. And then when I'm done, I get back in the car and just chill in the car until my lunch is over. I'd vape and listen to the rest of that podcast, and you know. But
I
nowadays,
get
I just get the little half pound of the macaroni salad, pasta primavera. And the thing is, the whole moral of this is I'm walking by a lot of people. And these people, I don't know what's going on at this market, but they're not shy. Like they're right there. And most of them are not wearing masks. They look clean. But everybody's like elderly, dude, like old.
I mean, they look clean until they're dead,
Yeah.
you
But they
know?
have
Like,
wipes when you walk in. So I just get one of those things and wipe them.
yeah,
And
dude. Like
then
I went to the
get the
bank.
food, pay for it with my card. And when I leave, I get another one and wipe the thing off, wipe my hand, wipe my card, and put it in my pocket.
I
And then
went to
go
the
eat.
bank. I went to the bank to go cash a check, and there was like one of those Purell machines, like
Oh, yeah.
5 feet after you walk in, and I I went straight for the machine, got it on, walked to the teller, threw the check on the thing, and stepped back. And then when I stepped back, I noticed there was a sign right next to me, and I read it, and it said, "Use hand sanitizer before and after transaction. Place transaction on counter and step back." So I was
Wow.
already doing everything that they were expecting because it's common sense, right?
You're distancing yourself. You're
Yeah,
trying.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
common sense. I don't get. I saw a group today, bro, like walking around. I was just like, mother. I wanted to say something, dude. I really wanted to say something, but I was like, you know what? Just wait.
You know,
Because
I think when So there's always gonna be those people that I'm not gonna say don't care, but don't believe all the hype. They believe the hype. Hey, this is serious, but I don't think it's as catchy as what they're saying. So I'm gonna go about my daily routine. I'm gonna try to be careful, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to be careful. You
Let
know,
me ask you this: is it really going out of your way? I mean,
like the wiping thing. I'd never do that before all
not
this.
the wiping
Ever.
thing. I'm saying, you know,
Bro,
having.
I wash my hands so many times today. It's not even funny. And this is the first time in my life I could honestly say, like, am I worried about my hands being dirty? Not even close. I don't even remember when the last time I
Yeah.
washed my hands, but believe me, it was really recent. Probably before we started this podcast.
Okay, put it this way: the 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 Long Beach police station took a picture of like 20 kids riding bikes together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen 20
Oh,
kids riding bikes together, bro?
it's just because
Like,
everybody's out of school, man.
yeah,
You
but
think
just
you think they
go.
give a shit, dude?
Their parents need to check them,
Especially
bro.
especially when the news is saying, "Ah, don't worry, the kids are. It's not a problem." You know, like this is what they're gonna do. Like me and you, when we're kids, bro, we'd be doing the same thing,
Yeah, but if our
trying to
parents,
buy
if
a
our
cigarette and shit. You
if
know
our
what I mean?
parents told us something, come on, like
Well,
we were a little more understanding of a situation like this,
yeah.
you know?
Well, we were definitely more considerate, and we did listen
Yeah,
to our parents. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
when let's just say we had the moment where it was me, you, and this guy and this guy and this guy, we're all gonna meet up at the park.
yeah.
Like, oh hell
I'm
yeah,
not,
we're not doing anything.
bro.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I'm not saying we were always like behaving or like doing the things where like if my parents knew half the shit I did when I was out, they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is when it came down to something as serious as this, and we never experienced anything as serious as this, but we knew when to kind of be like, be more considerate of, you know, be more respectful.
yeah.
You weren't disrespecting your parents in
No, no, no.
public
You
or,
you knew when that little buzzer went off in your head, like, oh, you're gonna get checked if you don't, watch
yeah,
it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And you don't want to get checked. It's
yeah.
not a good feeling.
They should just go back to letting parents like stomp their kids, bro. I'm like, we know the line between discipline and child abuse.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that I'm not gonna whip a kid with a damn extension cord or anything like that. But if my kid talks back to me, I should have the right to smack him in the face, dude.
You just get your fist like this and right on the
Yeah,
top of the head.
come on, man. What the
Yeah.
hell? I'm not gonna burn him with an iron. I'm not gonna. Come on, dude. Like,
It's the how our parents did it to us with the belt or whatever it was, the wooden spoon or whatever.
yeah,
You learned from it. We learned. It
yeah.
wasn't they didn't do it because they hated us or
It
something.
wasn't life
They were
threatening.
teaching us something.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, you fucked up.
yeah.
Here's what happens when you mess up. Because
Yeah.
guess what? In life, it's gonna be worse. you know. So learn now. That's it. But the thing is, everybody's too focused on, you know, oh, we're better than that. No, no, no.
It's
I
not
used to
we're
get no, no,
better.
no, no. We're better than that. We're gonna
Yeah,
do it our way. I have a better way of doing this.
yeah.
And even the professionals say, no, don't hit them. Teach them, to do it this
And
way
look
and
how
talk
fucked
to
up
them.
the kids are now.
And now
Look how
you
fucked up they are.
you're negotiating with your kids. There's no
Yeah.
negotiating.
No.
That doesn't work. They're
Yeah.
smarter than you,
Yeah. Yeah.
in some
They
sense.
know all they need to do is pick up a phone and call the police. Like literally, they know.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but that's what the world's come to, and they're all like self-righteous pansies now. You know what I mean? That's the world. That's the generation we're going into. Maybe that's why this is going on right now. I don't know.
I don't know. Hopefully this thing, starts calming down. I'm not going to say go away, but calming down in a sense where people won't be panicking as much, and they will be starting to realize that cleaner is better. You know,
Yeah. Well, you know
maybe
what, bro?
what we were
Yeah.
doing in the past wasn't so smart. Maybe by doing this, people won't be getting the flu as much.
Yeah,
You know what I
maybe.
mean?
No,
Yeah,
I mean that's a definite. I think that goes without saying. Maybe it'll.
hepatitis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like just
Like
better
I
being
can't
clean.
stress enough. Yeah, just eating right, too. Like just eating right, dude, because your immune system is compromised when you're not. And then also like it was good to go into Sprouts today, and I was kind of like noticing like, okay, all the produce is pretty much here. They didn't have my broccolini, but they had a lot of other stuff. And the guy was like stocking the oranges, and I was like, hey man, has it calmed down since last week? And he goes, yeah, I did. And I'm like, good man, because you guys looked tired as hell last week. And he just started laughing, and
Yeah.
I was like, I appreciate, everything you guys are doing, And he goes, thank you, have a good one, whatever. But it was cool to see like the panic's going down. I
Yes.
just think people are in a rut right now of just like expectation, like what's coming next. You know what I mean? Like what's the next step? But what I don't want is people to get too comfortable with being like, oh, we could be around each other, next
A
week
little bit
or
more, yeah.
like,
Let me go
yeah,
see
dude.
my mom now.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen her.
No,
I think it's calmed down. And then guess what? More
yeah.
elderly are gonna die.
What has it been? It's been like a week and a half, about a little
No,
over a week and a
it's
half.
been more than that. We're on the 26th today or 25th.
Bro, the school's closed down.
It was
I'll
like
tell
the
you exactly.
15th or something, 14th or something.
The school's closed down on the 16th. That was 2 Mondays ago. So yeah, dude, it's been like a week and a half only. And if that's gonna be like, oh, I'm comfortable enough to go, no, dude. Because even when even after it peaks, when it starts going down, there's people are still gonna have to like stay in place, dude.
Yes, yes.
You know?
I'd say a good, like when I talked to you last time about this, those numbers that you keep reading every day, like today was the deadliest day in Italy's whatever history or something with the coronavirus. Now the thing is, you're gonna see those people that have died were sick for about 2 weeks now, or a week.
Mm,
They've been on,
mhm.
getting progressively sicker and sicker and sicker.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, those numbers that you're reading in the US, like, oh my God, today it's getting worse, it's spiking. You're not understanding that people are just now, 2 weeks after
getting
the
tested.
fact, now we're gonna go get tested.
Yeah,
Now that it's not so crazy out there, I'm
yeah,
comfortable with getting tested. You know what I mean? So next week, the numbers are still going to be high. The week
yeah.
after, the numbers are still going to be high. If the week after that, they're not leveled off or down, I don't know what the hell to say. Like, we're going to have another coronavirus corner, whatever,
Dude,
quarantine corner.
I freaked out a couple days ago when I was going through Google and it was like, man in Japan dies on the bus from a virus that wasn't coronavirus, and I'm
Oh,
like, oh shit.
what the hell's going on?
But what
It's
it
the
was, no,
Shinobi virus.
so what it was, it's actually it's a very uncommon virus, but it's been around since the 50s, and it literally comes from like consuming secretions from like rats. Like if you were to eat food like a rat shit on or piss on or something, you
The
could get that
plague.
virus. Yeah,
Well,
dude, it scared the shit out of me when I read the headline and then I started reading through it. I'm like, thank God, dude.
yeah, the what happened was back in those old the the Black Plague, it was
Yeah,
by rats and
yeah.
eating the
It was
food.
infestation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they were eating and shitting on the food that the people were eating, and they weren't cleaning everything. They were just, you know, eat whatever they can,
right.
and people were just getting wiped.
Yeah.
That's disgusting,
Sick,
though. That's
dude.
like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna get like that. But was it called like
Nah, nah.
was it called like meningitis or anything like that?
I can't. No, I can't. No, it was like it started with a H or something. I can't remember
Oh,
the name of it, but it wasn't anything like. It was like reading the headline got worrisome, but when you read on, you're like, okay, like you know, yeah, man. I mean, I think for the next couple of weeks, it's gonna get a lot more. I don't want to say scary, but a lot more concerning. But hopefully, like like you said, after like 3 weeks, maybe it'll level off.
Yeah.
Or even like you just kind of see the numbers start to go down, but it's just, I don't know, man. I'm hearing something from the governors and mayors and something from Trump, and it's like they're saying two different things. I think people always like misunderstand what Trump's trying to say, though. I think Trump's trying to give false hope to people right now. It's like Easter, we
Well,
want everybody in church.
he's doing what the president should be doing and
He
keeping
just doesn't know
everybody
how to
from,
do it.
yeah,
He doesn't know how to articulate himself.
he's too direct,
Yeah,
in those kind of things. Like kind of you gotta circle around it,
yeah.
not keep pressing the fucking button,
He's like, he's not. It's not. That He started. I don't think his vocabulary goes beyond great things. Great. You know what I mean? Like when you heard past presidents talk that knew how to talk, it was almost like they were like they were like saying a poem, like
Yes.
reciting a poem.
They were reading a
Not this.
story to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't do
When he
that.
thought, no, he's horrible.
He's all right,
He's
man.
just bad at.
I like his direct approach. I do.
No, yeah, but it's just like saying that we're gonna be back to work, and he's not saying we're gonna be back to work in Easter. He's saying the hopes is to be back to work.
That's what
But
his goal is, but yeah, that's not.
do you see that as being a good timeline? No.
April, what are we at? End of March,
April.
April. I'd like to see some good news by then.
I think we'll start seeing better news by then.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll be out of the woods, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's hope for the best.
So if we're gonna summarize this podcast, PS5 versus Xbox Series One, PS5 gets the ding thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Robinhood app is not a bad app if you're willing to dive into stocks and stuff. It's not bad. It's fun. Ding.
Yeah.
Now speaking about women and my issues.
Oh, that.
Bitches be crazy. Bing.
Oh, you're going that way? Okay.
Yeah, I agree with bitches be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And emotional.
Okay.
Now what did we talk? Oh, and the coronavirus.
COVID-19.
Is it real? Is it not? It's real, but I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot 2K.
Oh, 2K, yeah.
2K was
2K.
a starter, yeah.
They're good.
2K.
I enjoy their material. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, well.
All right, brother. That was
We
a
will
good one.
discuss some next topics for the next episode. I feel like we could start moving on into different discussions. My mind is kind of like out of the rut it was in last week.
Yeah.
A little bit more. But we'll keep in touch. And to everybody out there, leave some suggestions, questions. You want a guest star? We won't infect you through a computer. So if
share, like, subscribe, do the whole nine. We want to see some people out there.
Yeah.
We want to know if you guys are watching, and the only way we're really going to know is if you guys like and subscribe and actually share it. And we'll get interactive with you. And if you want to get on the show, hey, maybe we can make that happen too. So, yeah, please go ahead and do that. And we will definitely catch you on the next one. So, obtuse. Oh, shit. Let's knock this whole thing over. All right, man.
Get some sanitizer.
Yeah. This was awesome. We'll try to do it soon. I'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right. See you guys.
Stay safe. Peace.
Peace.